my fabulous artists. I hope you're all having a great day today. We're going to get started with a one class painting. That means that we're going to start it and finish it this class period. We're going to be using the sun as our subject matter for today, which is a great symbol for positivity and happiness. When we're all done, they'll be hung together and it'll look a little something like this, with a saying in the middle, so that anyone walking by in the hallway really feels the joy and happiness that we were trying to express while we're painting our suns today. We're going to be using all warm colors. You can actually see them right there behind me on the table. So warm colors are red, oranges, and yellows, colors we think of when we think of fire or the sun, obviously. So today you're going to need a pencil, a piece of paper, a palette of paint, and it's a great idea to push your sleeves up right now if you have long sleeves on. Okay, so I have my palette of paint, my paintbrush, a pencil, and my little square of paper. The very first thing I'm going to do is write my name on the back of my paper. It also helps me a lot if you could write your class section. So that will be the grade you're in and the first initial of your teacher's last name, okay? Once I have that done, I'm gonna flip over to the other side and I'm gonna start to paint. Now, you may be looking at this paint and thinking, wow, that's not a lot of paint, but this is more than enough paint to start. Notice I don't have any water, and that's because today I am actually going to start with my lightest color on the palette, which is yellow, and work up to my darkest color. So with your yellow, you're going to paint a big circle on your paper. Now, if you mess up, like let's say, look, oh no, this looks more like, I don't know, a circle that got run over by a truck. If you mess up, you just make your circle a little bit bigger. No problem at all. So everywhere that I want to be yellow, I'm going to paint in yellow right now. Anything you want to add yellow to. I'm not too worried if I get a little paint on the table because I can clean that up at the end of class with a wipe. But I am trying really hard not to get it on my desk shield, and I'm trying my hardest not to get it on my fingers, but you can see I already got a little bit on my finger here. Once I am done with my yellow, I think I want to just put a little bit more. I'm going to switch next to my second lightest color, which would be orange. Notice, guys, I don't have any paint on the metal part of the paintbrush. I'm only getting paint on the bristles. I'm going to put some yellow orange, I think, right on top of my yellow and blend them together. I treat my paintbrush like a ballerina. I keep her always up on her toes. If I push down too hard, that metal part of the paintbrush will hit the paper and it will rip the paper up a little bit. I think I'm also going to put some orange lines like this coming out. And this is really where now I can start to be very artistic and think about what I want to do. I'm going to just maybe put some little orange dots all the way around. You can have fun with it as you go. I'm going to put some orange dots on my yellow lines. You know, you can build up the color because our colors are all pretty similar today. So you can really start to build up as you go. All right, and now finally, let me just put a little more orange there. Finally, I'm gonna go into my red, which is my darkest color. Notice I haven't swirled all my paint around. I've kept them in nice, neat little areas. I'm gonna put some red around the edges. Now, because the red is really dark, I might lift up my paper a little bit just so I don't have too much to clean up at the end of class. So I'm just gonna come in and put a little bit of red in between my spaces here. Now, you can do this however you want. Maybe you want the inside of your circle to be red and the outside of your circle to be yellow. That is totally up to you. Maybe you have a really cool idea for zigzags or adding color. I'm gonna show you on the screen right now some different ways that this could be done. All different ways that you could paint a sun today. There are no limits on what you can do. The only thing I do ask is that you start with your yellow, then go to orange, and then go to red. And the reason we're doing this is because we have no water on the table today, and red is very, very powerful. So if we use red first and then we go into yellow, we will have orange on our brush. So we're trying. No, this is really tricky part. I'm using just my fingernail now to hold on to that paper. Everywhere is wet right now. One last little spot, and then I think I'm just gonna spend a little time now just adding a few more details, but I'm gonna speed the video up. Okay, so once you're all finished with your painting, it's going to be time to clean up. There will be 2 trays put on your table. One of those trays is going to be for your palette of paints. So everybody's going to put their palette of paints on that tray. We want to put them next to each other so that they don't like get paint all over the bottom. We're also going to put our dirty paintbrush right on that tray too. If everybody could put their dirty paintbrushes on the side. The other tray is going to have everybody's artwork on it. So we're just going to take our wet paintings and we'll put them side by side right onto that tray so that these can dry on the drying rack. After that, after everything is put on trays, I'm going to come around for tables that look nice and neat, and I'm going to give you a wipe. You're going to use the wipe first to get all that paint off of your hands, and then all the paint off the table. So if the baby wipe gets dirty, fold it over and wipe down the rest of the table, and then we're all clean and ready for the next class.